Yeah, I got a treat for you today because we're going to go over to the scene of the crime as it was. Something's going to happen here really soon that's really sweet. So stay tuned for this. This is going to be nice. Well, I can't remember how I planned this, but hopefully I know where I'm going. Well, if we can make it out my driveway here. Yeah, my girls have already went on their ride. I gotta try to plan it so I don't hit all the school buses. And I was waiting for it to warm up a little bit. Boy, it's been cold. It's been in the lower 50s. That's cold after you're riding 115. Looks like a nice calm day, so maybe it's a nice day for recording. Oh, I love the early morning sun. It just does something to your psyche for some reason. I love this view here. Yeah, I got a treat for you today because we're gonna go over to the scene of the crime as it was, where I have my flat, and we're gonna finish recording over there. And gonna go some areas that I've never been, so we'll see how this goes today. The last time I did that, I ended up going down that little pig trail road, and it was like a logging road, and it was barely passable. And I thought that's where I got my flat, but I picked up a piece of radio wire on the road somewhere. And these Ultraverse tires, when you first buy them, they're really thick tread, but I'm approaching 9,000 miles, and so the tread's getting down, and so it's snuck in between the tread. And yeah, so we're gonna do some experimenting there. I actually took a tube that had a bunch of flat out, and I put too much flat out in my H8, and it kind of slowed me down, and it put extra stress on the motor. And when I tore that apart, I had some gears that were missing some teeth, so I wanted to take off the stress. And so I took that tube out, and I just hung it up over on the handlebars of one of my other e-bikes. But when I had the flat on this one, I thought, well, that's a good deal. I'll pull out half that flat out, and then I'll put that tube in here. So hopefully, if we run into anything, that'll take care of it. And I think that's what people are doing. They're buying these thick motorcycle type tires, and then they're putting a bunch of flat out in it, and then they complain because they lose speed. Well, when I put my Ultraverse tires on here, I actually gain speed because I think the size of the tires is just a little bit different. I think these are a little taller or something. And but you go putting half a bottle or 3/4 of a bottle of flat out in there, and that's just way too much for it's too much weight for the bike to be trying to spin, and so then you lose speed and you lose range. So I got some things I'm going to experiment with here, and I'm going to try to do it without doing the flat out. So we'll see how that works out. It's a brand new item, but I want to wait till I get my 10,000 miles on my Ultraverse tires, and it's getting pretty close. I'm at, like I said, about 9,000 something, or I'm real close to that anyways. It's about 65 this morning. This is the first morning in about 3 or 4 mornings I didn't have to wear my coat. I've been having to wear my coat with earmuffs and everything, so it feels good today. It's going to be a little warmer. Actually, a lot warmer as we get back to our normal temperature. So, yeah. It'll be interesting when that new pond fills up with water, what it looks like. don't know if you can see there, it's pretty fast, but they cut the tree stumps off and put all those in the bottom, most likely so the fish have a place to nest and stuff. And yeah, so I think that'd be neat. We can watch that get filled up, see how long it takes. Probably won't take long, and once we get to our rainy season. When I first moved here, I couldn't believe how much rain we got. I mean, in one rainstorm, we can get more rain than Arizona gets for the whole year. Which I guess is not real hard to do, but yeah, I don't know if you remember in the spring, this field was completely flooded and wondered if the corn was going to grow. Well, it grew really good, at least in some areas. Some areas that was really flooded, they didn't grow. You can see the bald spots there, but other than that, it grew really good. I remembered that I had my ear muffs hooked on my bike. That wind's kind of cold in your ears this morning. On my H8, I used to carry my earmuffs all the time and all year round. In fact, that's where I got these. These are still hanging on my H8. I had a blue pair and I put them on here. And I was riding one day and looked down to get them and they were gone. So I don't know what happened to them. So hopefully I won't lose these today. Yeah, when I first started bike riding, I determined to wave at every car that I go by. And it's kind of hospitality of the South. You know, in some parts of the country, people look at you when you wave and I don't know you. But in the South, usually people wave back because we're kind of, kind of happy-go-lucky and I don't know. We live in God's country and we know it. It's so beautiful and it's not overcrowded, so we don't have all the problems you have in the city and stuff. And I determined that, if I'm going to be out on these roads riding all these miles, I want people to look at me as a person and not just some bike rider, And so I made it a conscious effort to start to wave at everybody, and for the most part, like I said, most people wave back. When you get to some of the younger ones, they don't. And so I would wave, and then most of them would wave back, but there'd be one here and there that wouldn't, and I'd say, well, what's wrong with you? Well, what's your problem? And so to stop myself from getting all those negative vibes, I said, well, I'm just going to wave. I'm not going to look and see if they wave back or not. So they could be sticking their tongue out at me or whatever, and I still wave to them. I find that when I go by their house and they're outside, doing lawn work or something, I mean, they make it a really strong effort to wave back. And I think that's because I become a person, I'm that old man on the bike. I think our county only has like 3,800 people, so I'm seeing the same people over and over, especially when I ride in the morning when people go into work and stuff. And so they're looking out for me because, I'm always out here. And a lot of times, some people, they give me so much room, they drive on the edge of the road, I think they're going to go off the road, And I said, no, be careful, I don't need that much room. But yeah, and then you got the farm equipment. I come home yesterday and there was one taking up the whole road, and I thought, man, where am I going to go? And he pulled way off on the side of the road so I could get by. So that was nice. Most of them are nice, and they look out for you. Hey, puppy. A little beagle dog. A little beagle dog. Wanted to be quiet so I could get up to him and so he couldn't cross back. Sometimes when they're out in the road like that and they get, when you come up on them, they'll make a beeline right back toward their house and cross back in front of you. So they'll get real close to him and then he won't have time to get across. Yeah, the other day I kind of wondered why they put these signs up. And I figured out it's because they blocked that road over there and a lot of that highway traffic is coming over here. They were probably buzzing down there and they wanted to slow down the traffic a little bit. Yesterday when I come home, I seen 2 deer right here. Well, it looks like Elon Musk is up to something again. Look at there, there's X in the sky. Well, when I wasn't paying attention, we went over 11,106. But something really special is coming up soon, as long as I can catch it. First time I went through this way, it looks like it's gonna be ziggy-zaggy. That's okay, I don't mind ziggy-zaggy. Especially on a bike, it's a little bit more fun than an old straight boring road. Oh yeah, it is ziggy-zaggy. I'm gonna zig back the other way again. Looks like we got some nice hills here too. Yeehaw! Boy, it's beautiful. I'm gonna have to ride this a little more often. Yeah, I planned this on my Cameo app, which I did the other day too. It got me into trouble, but I checked the roads on Google, and I think I got it this time. All right, that road there is the road I usually take on the other end of my route. So now I know where I'm at. This is all familiar territory here. I've been riding this for probably a couple weeks. Well, the car pulled out, that's good. Yeah, a lot of times people pull out their driver like that and I motion for them to go and they don't go. But then they get behind me and they just stay on my tail the whole time. And I get it, it's hard sometimes to know if it's a motorcycle or a bicycle or what, you know, it's hard to judge how far away it is, but it's like, please pull out, please get out of my way, please pull. And then I get stuck with them right behind me, riding so fast, driving so fast and being irritated because I slowed them down. Okay, this is the other end of our road here. We'll be able to sneak through up here on this other road. Yeah, I'm doing all this to avoid the school. You know, the school in the morning, there's just constant cars. You know, I'll get 8 or 10 cars behind me, you know, because the roads are so hilly you can't pass. So this way we can avoid all that. Well, I'm going to ride on slower speed here so these things can be green so they're easier to see for you. But we're going to see something here that I'll probably never see again on this bike. If I can get myself in position here so I don't mess it up. You know, when you're waiting for something to happen, it seems like it takes a long time, especially at this slower speed. I think it's broken. There it is. 11,111 miles. 11,111 miles. I ain't never gonna see that again on this bike. The next one will be 22,222 miles. That's gonna be a long time from now if I ever get there with this bike. But yeah, so this is the second bike that I've been able to do that with. I did that with my H8 too, so yeah, that's sweet. Woohoo! Well, that'll never happen again. I guarantee you that. Well, there it is, it's gone. Go on forever. I seen this little country church here. It's kind of neat. Just an old country church. Probably been there a long time. Well, this is the road that my wife had to come down and pick me up on. Trying to explain to her where I was when I couldn't see very good on my phone. Hopefully she knows how to find the phone and all that kind of stuff now. So I told her to take the first main highway after you left town to the right, and when the road forks, you go to the left, and I'll be out there. And here's the fork in the road, so we go this way. Actually, a nice little area back here. But we're gonna go around the block instead of through the block. I took a road that went through the block, and it was not a very good road. And about this time I said, I can hear you. And there's my red mailbox. This road looks kind of deceiving here. Looks like, well, that's a little blacktop road, but it goes back there and it turns to all gravel that is not maintained. We can walk back here a little ways. Maybe we can see how bad the road is. It looks like they cut the grass since I've been through here, though. There it is. It just gets worse and worse. No way I'm going up there today. But there's a house up here, stuck right back in the woods. But it's abandoned. Anyways, we're gonna go around the block and we're gonna go down and see some really nice things. Yeah, I looked at the map afterwards and I realized all I had to do is go around the block. I love this all-wheel drive. You know, I have never met a hill that I don't gain speed on. There's one hill over here, it wasn't a whole lot of speed, but I was still gaining speed. So I love it. It's my hill climbing button. Well, here's the road here I turned up. I should have known better. Once I turned, I should have realized. But I was thinking maybe it'd get better. It never gets better. It got worse, way worse. But we made it around this time, so let's go see what it looks like down here. This is like being in another world. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, this is sweet. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Water's over the road certain times of year.
Shirts up at dawn, ready for his ride. With a white beard blowing, he's got nothing to hide. Feels like he's 16, the wind in his face. On his Philodo jumbo, he's setting the pace. Down to the swamp where the cedar trees stand. In a world so strange, so wild, so grand. There's snakes and frogs all around. Papa blue shirts, wheels barely touch the ground. Morning light breaks through the fog so thick. The swamp is alive, moving quick. With every pedal he's free as can be. On his Philodo jumbo, he rides with glee. Down to the swamp where the cedar trees stand. In a world so strange, so wild, so grand. There's snakes and frogs all around. Papa blue shirts, wheels barely touch the ground. Morning light breaks through the fog so thick. The swamp is alive, moving quick. With every pedal he's free as can be. On his Philodo jumbo, he rides with glee. Down to the swamp where the cedar trees stand. In a world so strange, so wild, so grand. There's snakes and frogs all around. whispers secrets, ancient and deep. But Papa just smiles, no promises to keep. He's young, he's free, on this morning ride. With his Philodo jumbo, he's got nothing to hide. Down to the swamp where the cedar trees stand, in a world so strange, so wild, so grand. Fish, snakes, and frogs all around. Papa Blue Shirt's wheels barely touch the ground. He rides on and on through the morning light. In his heart, everything feels right. Papa Blue Shirt on his Philodo jumbo. Through the swamp, he's the king of the show. He rides on and on through the morning light. In his heart, everything feels right. Papa Blue Shirt on his Philodo jumbo. Through the swamp, he's the king of the show.
Oh, this is a pretty surreal place. It's really quiet down here other than the animals, the birds and the things making noise. But I haven't seen no cars down here yet. Yeah, this is really sweet. And you'd think there'd be all kinds of mosquitoes and stuff here, but there's no bugs that I can feel right now anyway. I think these areas, they have a lot of toads and a lot of frogs, and so they eat the mosquito larvae. That's the same thing by our house. We hardly have any mosquitoes. Our house is in the middle of the woods, and I probably get 3 or 4 mosquito bites a year. That's it. So yeah, it's really nice. Really nice. Well, I don't want to stay here all morning, but this is really nice. Really nice area. Yeah, it's so peaceful down here. I don't want to go home. Really nice. But I want to push my luck down here. Have my bike fall over or something on me. I just had a leaf fall from a tree and it landed on my bike and got caught between the thing, and the wind was making it flap against my leg. I thought some animal was down between my legs. The flap, it scared me. Yeah, this is nice. Well, here's another small road. So far it's still blacktop. We'll see here. Don't want to have a repeat from the other day. Looks like it's going to end right down here. Boy, it's rough. Okay, now we're on a bigger road. That's nice. Oh, that's a nice house. Nice, nice, nice. Well, I can't remember how I planned this, but hopefully I know where I'm going. Getting to see some new area anyway. As long as the road don't come up here and end on me. In our area, you know, they'll have a culvert that will wash out and it'll sit for 6 months before they fix it. That's why it's really good to have extra battery, because you never know. You might have to turn around and go back the other way. Yeah, the leaves are starting to fall on the trees a little bit already. But this is a nice country road. I know where I'm at now. I got back to my other route, so that's nice. I always get afraid sometimes that I got on someone else's route plan. But that worked out nice. Well, I think it's probably about 85 right now. It's warming up really nice. And I got about 12 miles left to go, I think. So, yeah, it's gonna be nice. It did get a little windy though, so yeah. But when it's 85, who cares, right? Yeah, I met him almost the exact same spot yesterday. I think it was right here instead of back there. I just happened to turn my 360 on, so hopefully I got it for you. Thought maybe there'd be some Amish coming through here so I could get them, but got him instead. Well, there's where we ended. I think it's probably about 64, 65 miles, something like that. I'll take a look at the bike here. Everything's going really great. Haven't had no problems. There's the Ultraverse tires. And they are wearing. I mean, they will eventually wear. They're really thick when you start, but I'm hoping to get another 1,800 miles or something like that, and then I'll have 10,000 miles. This extra battery, I have to be mindful of how I stand it up because I don't want it to fall over. But yeah, I found a nice place to put my earmuffs. There's a stay right there, so I can keep them on hand for those cold mornings. But everything's going well. Yeah. As you see, I put this handlebar riser on here. Adjustable stem, so that's nice. Really changes the ride experience. All right, well that was a fun ride, and got to see some things that we don't usually see. And but today's Friday, and Friday is Fry Day. That's when Mama makes me French fries. So they're calling me, so I'm gonna get up there. And but thanks for riding with me today. It was fun, and goodbye, good luck, and may the good Lord take a liking to you.